Have you ever wondered what a city designed by George Carlin would look like? Imagine, for a moment, a metropolis for 500,000 souls built entirely on the foundation of his biting wit and profound observations. A city where the absurd is the norm and common sense, however uncommon, is the law of the land. Well, let's take a walk through Carlinville, the city that could have, and maybe should have, been. First, let's talk about the welcome sign. As you drive into Carlinville, you wouldn't see welcome or the friendly city. No, the sign would read, "You are here. Deal with it." It perfectly sets the tone. There's no sugarcoating, no false promises. Just a straightforward acknowledgement of your current coordinates in space and time. It's honest, it's blunt, and it's a daily reminder to take things as they come, a core tenet of Carlin's philosophy. It's not cynical, it's just real. The moment you're in, you'll notice the street names. Forget Main Street or Elm Avenue. In Carlinville, you'll be navigating Semantic Alley, Oxymoron Boulevard, and Euphemism Expressway. Imagine giving someone directions. Yeah, just take a left off of Contradiction Corner, go past the Placebo Effect Plaza, and my house is right on Subtle Hypocrisy Lane. It's not just for laughs, it's an education. Every street corner is a lesson in language, forcing you to think about the words you use every single day, and the often hidden meanings behind them. Now, let's visit the Carlinville Department of Motor Vehicles, or as it's known here, the Bureau of Inevitable Frustration. The waiting room wouldn't have those uncomfortable plastic chairs. Instead, it'd have plush recliners, a coffee bar, and stand-up comedy playing on the screens. Why? Because if you're going to be stuck in a bureaucratic nightmare, Carlin would argue, you might as well be comfortable and entertained. The slogan above the counter, "We've got all day, do you?" It's a hilarious, self-aware jab at the inefficiency we all know and tolerate. The process is still slow, but at least here, they're honest about it. What about the laws in Carlinville? Well, they're very simple and based on principles. Don't be an idiot and don't hurt anybody. That's it. There's a special police unit, the Logic Patrol, that doesn't hand out fines for speeding. Instead, they pull you over for illogical behavior. Things like signaling a turn after you've already started turning, or standing in the middle of a busy sidewalk to check your phone. The penalty isn't a ticket, it's a mandatory 10-minute course on situational awareness. The goal isn't punishment, it's to make people think. Education in Carlinville would be radically different. The schools are called institutes for questioning everything. Instead of memorizing dates and names, students learn how to deconstruct arguments, identify logical fallacies, and spot advertising tricks. History class isn't about winners and losers. It's about the official story and what probably actually happened. The graduation requirement isn't a final exam. It's a presentation where you'll have to successfully argue a point you personally disagree with. Just to prove you can see things from another perspective, let's talk about the economy. Advertising is strictly regulated. Any that uses weasel words like may help, the look of, or new and improved is subject to a truth tax. Billboards wouldn't feature models. They'd have pie charts showing the actual effectiveness of the product. A soft drink commercial would have to include a small, fast-talking narrator at the end, listing all the reasons you probably shouldn't be drinking it. Carlin believed people deserved the whole truth, not just the parts that sell. The free market still exists, but it's a much more honest one. The centerpiece of the city is a giant, beautiful park. It's not called Central Park or Memorial Park. It's called the Stuff Collection. This is where all the things people buy but never use end up. That exercise machine collecting dust in your basement, the fancy kitchen gadget you used once. You bring it to the Stuff Collection. It's a monument to consumerism. A physical reminder of the difference between what we need and what we're told we want. It's a place for picnics, strolls, and a little bit of self-reflection on our attachment to material possessions. The religious institutions in Carlinville are unique. There are no grand cathedrals. Instead, there's a single, modest building called the House of Your Own Damn Business. Inside, there are comfortable chairs, quiet rooms for contemplation, and a library filled with books on philosophy, science, and every major world religion. The only rule is that you can believe whatever you want. But the moment you try to tell someone else what they should believe, you're kindly asked to leave. It's a space for personal spirituality, free from organized dogma and external pressure. The political system is also a Carlin masterpiece. There are no political parties. Candidates can't use their own money to campaign. Instead, every candidate is given the exact same budget and a 30-minute public television slot. Their entire speech must be dedicated to their policies and ideas, no attacks on their opponents. No empty slogans and no flag waving. After the speech, there's a mandatory Q&A with a panel of elementary school kids. Because as Carlin knew, nobody asks tougher, more honest questions than a child who hasn't learned to be polite yet. Why do you want this job? What will you actually do? And finally, the city's news broadcast, the Carlinville Chronicle, doesn't report on celebrity gossip or political horse races. The entire broadcast is dedicated to things that have a direct impact on the citizens. Changes to the water supply, upcoming road construction, and explanations of new scientific discoveries. The weather report is just a guy pointing out the window and saying, "It's raining. You'll need an umbrella." It's news without the noise, information without the infotainment. It's about empowering people with knowledge, not distracting them with fluff. Carlinville isn't a utopia. It's a city that forces you to be smarter, more aware, and more honest with yourself and others. It's a place that uses humor not just for a laugh, but as a tool to expose the absurdities we accept without question. It's a city built on the idea that maybe, just maybe, if we stopped taking ourselves so seriously and started taking our language and our logic a little more seriously, the world would be a much better and funnier place. It's a beautiful thought, isn't it? A city that reflects the brilliant, cynical, and ultimately hopeful mind of George Carlin. A place where have a nice day is a genuine wish, not an empty command. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you enjoyed this little thought experiment, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Let me know in the comments what other feature you think would exist in Carlinville. Until next time, take care and keep questioning.